Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing well. It's a little breezy out, so hopefully it doesn't affect the sound. First day of sunshine in California that I've seen in a week and a half, and that's great news because we're getting much needed, I think I can take these off, it's not that bright, much needed rain. Today we're going to be talking about Mexico, and there's some big changes in Mexico with the oil industry and with the central bank digital currency, and I want to talk about it, go over some of my thoughts, because I don't think people understand how big of a deal it is. And I'm going to start with the oil. Mexico announced that by, I believe it's the end of 2023, they will be ceasing the exporting of oil. Now, to give you an idea of how big of a deal this is, Mexico is the third largest exporter of oil in the Americas. Okay, so they are not small by any means. And I was talking to somebody that's pretty good at buying stocks and selling equities, and they're really into markets. And I said, well, it's not that big of a deal because Mexico is on the decline as far as production. And I said, actually, it is a big deal, and this is why. As of right now, they export, right? I don't care how much it is. As of 2023, they're not going to export. I don't care the reason why. The point is today they sell oil around the world to anywhere, right? Which gives X amount of supply into the export market, okay? The day they stop, regardless of the reason, it is going to cause prices to go up. Why? Because there's less oil that is available for other countries that cannot produce it, that need it desperately to buy it. When you take away supply, and demand does not wane. As long as demand is still there, prices are going to go up. And I don't think people are seeing this as a very big reason, but I want people to start getting the larger picture. Now, let's talk about the central bank digital currency. First off, if you do not know what a central bank digital currency, or CBDC for the acronym, is, you need to start learning, because life is about to change very rapidly. Now, when I say rapidly, I'm referring to in the next few years. See, governments all over the world are starting to, or have already made, their digital currencies, and it is going to have drastic impacts on how you live your daily life, like taxation transactions. Every transaction can be taxed, and that is going to add a whole new level of complexity, let's say. Even though you think, oh no, that'll be easy because it'll be easy to track. I know a lot of you people are going, oh my gosh, that's a big deal. It is. It's going to change the way we do life all over, especially to all my hustlers out there that have a side hustle out there. Things are going to change drastically. Now, Mexico just announced that they will have their CBDC in place and in use by, I believe it's the end of 2024. And what I want to show you is that the next 2 years are going to blow past you. And I'll give you an example. Does it feel like just yesterday? I know it feels like it's been a long time, but it's almost like it was just yesterday. The whole world came to a grinding halt in around March of 2020. We're about to hit the 2-year anniversary of that. Yay. Sense the sarcasm. My point being is that time moves fast. Before you know it, just one more little change in time, and a lot of countries are going to be already rolling out their CBDC. Now, China already has, and we have other countries that are very close, and the United States is coming up quickly too. Even though they don't talk about it, I want you to know that they developed it a long time ago, and it's ready to rock and roll. But there's a big narrative behind there because they don't want there to be panic. Now, the plan is to roll it out when people would want it to happen. And I want you to understand, and it's very, you have to pick your words carefully because it is going to change the way we do life. So, what do we do about this? Well, one thing is you need to get out of debt. You need to stop getting into debt. Enjoy the fact that we're about to finish an upward climb in an economic cycle, and we're about to start the decline. Now, before you start running to your bank and pulling all your money out and going crazy with it, when I say about to, I think multiple years out, okay? Do I believe that we're going to see the downturn sometime in 2022? Yeah, I do, but guess what? I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a dork with a brohawk and a dream. I'm not a professional trader or any of that stuff. I'm an investor, right? But yes, at a certain point, the band will stop playing because the Federal Reserve and other central banks will have to stop printing because we'll go from inflation to either deflation or straight to a hyperinflation. But I can assure you this, if the central banks do not stop printing, we will end up at a hyperinflation at some point, or at least a heavy inflation with transitory hyperinflation, which we have technically already seen in things like lumber, LNG, liquefied natural gas, things like that. And hopefully it doesn't move into food. That's the one thing that gets scary, because you can mess with an economy a lot. You can poke and prod it, you can tax it, you can do all kinds of things to it. But you cause people to go without food, and you're in trouble. That's why there's all kinds of history, times in history, and please, guys, put them in the comment section below that proved my point exactly. I hope it doesn't move into food. Food's already inflating. If we see a hyperinflation in food, there's going to be unrest. And that's what we don't want. But I want you to be prepared, not scared. So how do you do it? Again, get out of debt. Look at inflation hedges like precious metals. Throughout history, they've done great in inflationary times, but always at the end of that cycle. I believe they're starting to wake up. Look at cryptocurrency, solid cryptocurrency projects. Look at getting out of debt. Don't get into more debt right now. This isn't the time to speculate. Yes, that's just advice from a ninja, not financial advice. It's life advice, because you don't know if you're going to be able to pay the payments on all the debt that you take out. Because what happens if you lose your job unexpectedly and you can't find another? Think about the future. Plan smart. And with that being said, guys, it's getting a little windy, so I'm going to get out of here. The Economic Ninja is out.